Hold on, it's gotta start. Okay, we're live.
We're live?
Yeah, hold on. Let me share the link. Hold on. Boop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop. Not that anyone's gonna watch.
No. They're all in bed now.
Let's share the link. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Come on.
Well, that's something to talk about.
Okay, I've posted the link. So we can go. Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everyone out there in podcast land. That just happened. Welcome to our Oscar 2017 review. It seemed like it was going to be a pretty uneventful night, and then the end happened. So, as was the case with the Super Bowl this year, make sure you watch to the end, everyone, because
I actually still have it on because I'm hoping Arrival is actually the winner, and they're just going through all the.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. Well, if you don't know what we're talking about, in a surprise move, La La Land doesn't win Best Picture after they're on stage to accept the award. It actually goes to Barry Jenkins' Moonlight. So
I blame Jimmy Kimmel and Trump.
Crazy award flop there. So you know what I love the most about that, though, is that Warren Beatty actually took the time to take up the stage to say it was not my fault.
I pointed out when they went on stage that Warren and Faye were partying like it's 1989, and they thought it was 1989 too. So
apparently so. Okay, I guess we should just start there. The controversy of the ending aside, what do you think of Moonlight sneaking in there to win Best Picture?
Anything but La La Land is quite nice.
Yes, you're not the La La Land fan.
As I was saying several times, psst, it's not that good.
Yeah. I humbly disagree, but
I guess you win Best Director when your main guy has to look at his mark every time he tries to hit it.
Well, we're not all Andrew Maynard, I guess. No, it's aside from everything, like Moonlight is a wonderful, wonderful film.
Aside from everything.
Yeah, aside from everything, it's a great film. And honestly, those were the two that it was coming down to pretty much in all of the predictions, whether or not Moonlight could gain enough support. Obviously, I think this proves that the backlash against La La Land was very real. 14 nominations, only 6 wins, only 6 Oscar wins. But I mean, like when you got that big a number of nominations, you want a very, very big number for a win. And obviously, the Academy was kind of feeling something else. So I'm happy that something like Moonlight still won. That's a very good film, and it deserves its place there. All right, let's just start running through these though. Damien Chazelle for La La Land, Best Director. What are your thoughts there, Scott?
Like I said, you get Best Director if your main actor can't hit his mark and has to look at the tape on the floor.
Oh, come on now. I mean, like,
He does it like 4 times in the movie.
Well, okay, but that's Ryan Gosling. That's not Chazelle.
You're the director. You're
I guess.
Director at your cast.
Well, I mean, like, okay, Ryan Gosling looking at his feet aside, doesn't it, like, the technical aspects of that film, the opening freeway scene alone, I mean, like, how do you direct something like that?
Okay. You mean the opening freeway scene that he was quoted in an NPR interview saying he almost cut because it makes no point to the movie?
Yeah, well, that's true, but it's still technically impressive, I guess.
I'm not a musical fan, sorry.
It is cool that he does become the youngest director to ever win Best Director at 32.
Yeah, I'm glad another guy in a skinny suit wins again, so I can't buy. So when I go to my suit person, I can't get normal suits because all the skinny suits win.
Very true. Well, I mean, Moonlight sneaks in and takes Best Picture from La La Land, but it also won for Best Adapted Screenplay and for Best Supporting Actor for Mahershala Ali. I know now how to say his name. What did you think of those 2 wins? Because I personally think Ali's win is very, very cool, and I thought he was very he could have been controversial as a black Muslim, and he was not. So I thought his speech was very good, too.
You just assume a black Muslim is going to be controversial, sir?
I mean, this is the world we live in now.
Our 4 viewers, because we have 4 viewers,
Hey, nice.
wondering what the hell you were talking about right there.
Well.
Oh,
well,
we just lost one. See, we lost one.
See, we lost one. And that was the Trump supporter.
No, I like him a lot. He was I know him more from his stint in Luke Cage, because I'm a Marvel fanboy. But no, I think he's an excellent actor, and it's aside from his background and his religion, it is nice that we finally have a Muslim with an Academy Award.
Yeah, that is very, very nice. And very well deserved. Like I said, if you haven't seen Moonlight yet, I mean, it is a wonderful, wonderful film and a very socially important film. So I encourage everyone to go out and see it. Maybe they'll get a little bit more buzz now that it's picture.
Now that it won after it lost.
After it won. All right, the lead actor and actress, Casey Affleck from Manchester by the Sea. Emma Stone takes home one of La La Land's trophies for Best Actress. What are your thoughts on these two, Scott?
Well, since Craig's not here because he's in Florida trying to sleep off a day at Disney, bastard.
Yeah, poor guy.
He pointed out, Casey Affleck kind of acts like he has a mouthful of marbles in his mouth.
Tell me what.
I'm just saying. Emma Stone's fine. I like Emma Stone as an actress and as a somebody to look at. I really would have appreciated Amy Adams taking on that one. I think she's extremely good in Arrival, and the fact that she has to deal with, well, without spoiling the movie, the fact that she has to deal with what she has to deal with in that movie, is really well. So I was kind of hoping she would take it, but.
And it sucks that she didn't get that nomination. I think that's the one that Meryl Streep took up for Florence Foster.
Okay, let's talk about that for a moment. Even Jimmy Kimmel made fun of it, saying, "Well, we just put her name in. We're not even sure."
I mean, even like after they showed Meryl Streep's clip, it was just kind of like her face was just like, "Yeah, that one, Academy, you nominated that one."
Speaking of people's faces, I did like Denzel's face when he lost.
Man, oh man, yeah.
He had the FU face on, and
he was not happy with that. It looked like, but I was secretly pulling for him. Look, but controversy aside surrounding Casey Affleck, really, really great performance. And I'd say I don't think it's my favorite of his. I think Gone Baby Gone's personally my favorite of his, but it is really, really good work. And maybe it's more of an accumulation thing. I really would have liked to have seen Denzel Washington or Andrew Garfield take that award personally, but I think Emma Stone is very deserved. She was the standout in that movie. Her audition song alone, I thought was award worthy. And we'll get to that in a second. But
to Andrew Garfield, we're sorry you're not Spider-Man anymore. Here, have a trophy.
Yeah, right. Sorry about not nominating you for The Social Network.
Now that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Viola Davis for Fences for Best Supporting Actress. Pretty easy choice there, even though she's really the lead actress of that movie. But
she wins the Best Speech of the Night too.
Yeah, that was a very, very good speech, very touching. So the other ones that La La Land did win, it won for cinematography, it won for Best Production Design, and then, of course, Best Original Score and Best Original Song.
Yeah, about that.
I'm not really surprised by cinematography. There's some good camera work going on there. Production design, fine. There's bright, colorful sets.
Whoever has the most pastels wins.
Yeah, more pastels wins. Score. Yeah, I was kind of pulling for Jackie because I thought that was a really, really good score in there. But original song, this is where I have a beef. And I know this might be because I'm a musical person, but look, if you're going to give La La Land a win in this category, City of Stars is like the 5th best song in that movie. All right? And it makes the least impression on you. I was like, you could have done at least Another Day of Sun or, Audition since it got nominated. But I was really pulling for How Far I'll Go for Moana. I assume you were too, Scott.
Yeah, it's a better song.
I think so too.
I mean, let's not take into context the movies at all or anything else. It's a better song.
I think it is.
It should have won.
I think you're absolutely right. Just based on music.
The awards that they have going here is based on momentum and everything else. So when everyone started talking about La La Land, everyone started watching it, and therefore it started getting votes. And so usually it's a Disney film has a better chance just because it's a Disney film. But when you have everyone watching it, and again, Jimmy Kimmel pointed out too, when he made a joke about, and he turns out to be wrong because he actually did win, but when he makes a joke about the middle of Moonlight and everyone kind of applauds and no one really knows what the joke was because no one saw the movie.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So, no one watched it, did they? Obviously, plurality of the voters watched it. So.
Yeah, exactly. I really would have liked to see. I mean, because I thought the performance of the young girl in Moana live at the Oscars there was just incredible. Even after getting hit in the head with a flag, she just kept going.
I think the 3 bars that The Rock sang should have won.
There you go. Yes, The Rock for host, please.
He was a sleeper. He was a sleeper candidate. Wasn't even nominated, but his 3 bars of "thank you" or "you're welcome."
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that. I want him to host in another year, just so he can just use some of his old wrestling shtick on some of the actors. I think it would be great.
I think he's trying very hard to get away from the wrestling shtick.
He should embrace it, man. I just really want somebody to come up on stage to accept the award. Like, it doesn't matter what award you won.
Well, tonight it didn't. So
it didn't. This is going to be the joke that just keeps on giving forever and ever.
I will say this though: the producer for La La Land handled it very, very well. He could have been like a little pissy about it, but he's like, no,
I was
like,
very,
it's
very
theirs.
like,
It's
yeah.
theirs.
And he said, I'm very honored to hand this to my friends from Moonlight. It was he handled it very, very well. That had to be awkward though. What were some of the other ones that stood out to you? I actually personally like that. I would have preferred Moana, but if it wasn't Moana, I'm glad Zootopia took the animated feature.
As I point out to you guys in our little chat we were having, as long as it wasn't Finding Dory, which wasn't nominated, I'm okay, because Finding Dory was a terrible one. But no, Zootopia was a good one. I still think Moana is a better story.
I do too.
Zootopia tends to beat you over the head, and I think this is what one of the people said in our Beyond the Mouse podcast, but it tends to beat you over the head with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Moana is like, we're just going to have a strong female and we're going to have her be strong. We're not going to point out that she's strong. We're not going to point out that the other main protagonist leaves the story at the end because he's not needed.
Yeah.
We're just going to do it. And I think it was a better story. But Zootopia was a good movie too, so it was okay.
Yeah, I'm glad that it was one of those two. Even though it was a really strong year for animation, Kubo was great. I actually really like The Red Turtle, even though it doesn't have dialogue, but it's a nice kind of mix-up story there. And I haven't seen My Life as a Zucchini, but I hear it is quite amazing. Is there anything else that stuck out to you about the awards this year?
Okay, I'm a Trekkie. And I've known as a Trekkie that Star Trek always gets the shaft of the Academy Awards. It has won one award in 35 plus years, and that was Best Visual Effects for Star Trek 2009.
Okay.
All right. It has been up for Best Score. It's been.
I was about to say, I thought it won a Best Score in there somewhere.
Nope, it was up for Best Score. It has never won Best Score. Even with Jerry Goldsmith, it has not won. And so the fact that there was only 3 films up for Best Makeup, and literally Star Trek had 100 and I think it was 25 different aliens in prosthetics and makeup in that film, and it lost to Killer Croc looking like somebody vomited on his face.
Oh, don't forget the white cake makeup on the Joker, man. I mean,
yeah, okay, we're not even going to talk about the Joker and his little J on his cheek and little emo look. As Brandon pointed out, Citizen Kane and Suicide Squad now have the same amount of Oscar wins.
Yes, and Suicide Squad now has more Oscar wins than Singing in the Rain and Vertigo.
And the DCEU has an Oscar. What the flying flock?
Yeah, that's just really ridiculous.
It has several Razzies after last night, too. But
yes, it does. I wonder what the core, like, if there's ever been that case where a movie has won a Razzie and an Academy Award in the same year.
Did he actually win the Razzie? I thought it was up for a Razzie.
I thought it won one.
BVS won a whole bunch of them.
Oh, yeah, it won a couple of those. Maybe it didn't.
Either way, it was a shitty movie, and now it's got an Oscar, and Star Trek gets the shaft again. And Star Trek Beyond was the best of the new Star Treks. And again, we're not talking about story because that's what the category was, but they had 120 some odd different types of aliens in makeup that they all had to put in prosthetics, and it looked really good. And that's what you do.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Star Trek win that one. I was rooting for it. I still picked Suicide Squad because that seemed to be where everyone was pointing towards.
Sigh.
The
other thing I want to point out is, again, the Academy continues to have a thing against sci-fi films. And the only time a fantasy film has ever won was Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and that's because it was Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. So, I mean, that was one of those where it was going to win. But I think fine, don't give Arrival Best Picture, don't give it one of the acting pieces, but Best Adapted Screenplay is a given
Yeah,
because it takes a book which, again, I don't want to spoil the film because people should go see the film, but
yeah,
it takes a book that is not linear and makes it into a coherent movie.
yeah,
Therefore, it was a really good adapted screenplay. I mean,
yeah.
but because it has aliens in it, and because it has a heady theme that some people can't wrap their heads around, it didn't have a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you totally. I think Arrival's screenplay is one of the ones that I would put right up there. I think it probably should have won something more than what was it, sound mixing or sound editing. One of those it won. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. There were some cool sounds in that movie, but yeah, you know,
That's the best review of the night. There was some cool
there were
sounds in
some
that
cool
movie.
sounds in that movie. I like
Yeah.
it. I personally really liked to see the awards for Hacksaw Ridge. I absolutely
So did
loved
Mel
this
Gibson.
film. Yeah, Mel Gibson was very happy.
With his crazy face halfway through the
They had him, like,
every
right
time
there ready.
every time they panned the Mel Gibson, he had a crazy face on. It was great.
It was like they were just ready to go to his face at any
And
time.
speaking of Mel Gibson, he's up for directing Suicide Squad too.
There you go. Maybe he
As
could
you will.
the Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad franchise.
I hate you.
No, but it's I just think like Hacksaw Ridge came out so early, but it was one of the it was my I think number 3 film of the year in my rankings, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful film, and I'm glad that it carried some momentum through to get a little bit of recognition, even if it was only in the technical categories. I think Hell or High Water got shut out of the awards this year. They did not win a single one.
I guess they're just getting tired of Jeff Bridges. I don't understand why. It was his same voice that he uses all the time. Even though that's not really his voice, because if you watch his movies from 4 or 5 years ago, I mean, freaking Iron Man from 8 years ago, he doesn't talk like this, but now he has to talk like this.
Yeah, right. Ever since Crazy Heart. But Sarah and I watched it. We didn't really think it was an amazing film. We thought it was really cool. I liked it a lot, and I liked the theme it was playing with, but I just kind of Best Picture of the Year nominee. I don't know if I would have put it there, but
I think it got it just for Chris Pine's porn stash.
It might have.
That porn stash deserved an award.
Yeah. Highlights. I liked that they opened with Justin Timberlake's "Can't Stop the Feeling." So I was kind of wondering what they were going to do with that song.
I'm sorry.
I mean, but it's just like, okay, you're not going to win. Get it out of the way.
I'm laughing uncontrollably because we were at 2 viewers, and as soon as I said porn stash, we dropped to 1 viewer. The porn stash lost as a viewer.
Well, we're finding the line. I like that.
And to the 1 viewer who's sticking around, thank you.
Thank you. No, but what do you think of Jimmy Kimmel as the host? Because I actually really liked him.
Yeah, he was trying to play the everyman stick, and Jimmy is one of those guys where every time I see him, I think the Man Show. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to take him seriously after that. But there was some. I think the writing was really good, and he delivered okay. He delivered fine. I like the fact that they didn't pull any punches. I like the fact that they made the Homeland Security joke. Yeah. And they made the tweet joke, and they actually tweeted to
actual tweets.
And I looked it up. As soon as he tweeted, within 30 seconds, that thing was retweeted 5,000 times. Now I'm sure it's retweeted a lot more since, but 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why you should start using it more.
I agree with you. I love that. I think his rivalry with Matt Damon is like the best thing on TV. I just love his little ribs with Matt Damon.
Ben Affleck and Guest.
Yes. And playing him off while reading the nominees. Absolutely lost it. No, I thought that he was really, really good. I'd like to see him host again, but the other standout moment for me, I knew it was going to be hard, but that in memoriam just got me. Not even just seeing all the actors and artists we lost, but Sarah Bareilles singing Joni Mitchell's Both Sides Now was just really, really beautiful, I thought.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's and then the fact that they had to tack on Bill Paxton at the end, which the way they work is they stop at December 31st, so he'll show up again next year. But the fact that they had to tack him on one day after the fact is pretty rough. And there's obviously some really good ones in there. Obviously, The the last two are the big ones in terms of just pop impact. But there was a lot of good folks in that list from this year. And as we get older, the people from our childhood are starting to die more, and it's rather depressing.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you mentioned Bill Paxton there. We'll be, of course, doing a remembering segment on Bill Paxton, but
I hope they show Chet from Weird Science.
I really hope
and I really hope they do him as the shit monster. I think Bill would appreciate it. I really do.
I think he would too. We already watched Twister today in recognition.
You haven't watched Weird Science yet? What are you doing?
Not Weird Science. Yeah, we had like Apollo 13 and Twister, and
you must put a bra on your head and watch Weird Science.
And watch Weird Science. Yeah, so overall, I think it was a good ceremony. It was entirely too long. Holy crap, 3.5 hours.
You think after 80 some odd years they'd figure out the fact that if you trim out the parachute joke, you may be okay. I swear they really wanted to cut that parachute joke, because you can even see Jimmy Kimmel's like, why are we doing this joke? But it's probably because they spent about $3,000 on donuts, cookies, and parachutes, so they had to do it.
I mean,
they were committed.
In terms of gags go, it's a pretty good one, but yeah, it happened a little too much. And that tourist bit, as good as I thought the idea was, went on for far too long.
That fell flat.
Yeah.
Even the celebrities in the audience were like, what is this?
Like, what's going on here? I mean, it was good for like a holy crap, you're here, but then I thought they'd just usher him out, and then we're like, no, we're gonna have 8 minutes of awkward celebrity interactions here.
You get the creepiness of Viggo Mortensen taking somebody's picture with his camera.
Yeah, oh god.
And how oblivious do you have to be to the world, the fact that you're going on a tour of the place where they have the Oscars the night of the Oscars and not be surprised that there's an Oscars?
Right.
I'm pretty sure that was fake to begin with, and it fell flat anyway. So
yeah, so that one didn't work, but I thought overall it was a pretty good show. But yeah, you got to tighten it up, Academy.
The only thing I would keep in all of it is mean tweets, because that was amazing.
I love mean tweets.
Robert De Niro telling somebody to go F off was amazing.
Oh, well. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Final thoughts here. 6 wins for La La Land. It does take the award for most trophies in the night.
It takes the award for most trophies taken away for the night.
Yeah, it also has the award for not winning the award when you thought you did. I can't believe that happened.
So the stage manager that gave Warren the wrong card is fired, right?
I mean, how does that mean they have 2 Emma Stone win cards? How does that happen? Like, that means they had to have had 2 Emma Stone win cards.
Well, they always make the big production of they come out with the suitcase that's been locked and says, we have not opened this yet. Ooh. Yeah. So obviously you didn't print it correctly either.
You didn't print the cards correctly either.
And then everyone thinks it's a joke, so he has to hold up the sign. No, look, it was real.
I mean, it's just sad, because I feel like as good a movies as I think La La Land is, and as good a movie as Moonlight is, now it's literally just going to be the, holy crap, did you hear what happened with Best Picture last night?
It's okay. La La Land will go down with Shawshank Redemption and Saving Private Ryan as the ones that should have won. Well, actually, no. La La Land shouldn't have won anyway. But,
yeah.
In my mind, Shawshank Redemption, Saving Private Ryan, Arrival, they're all winners in my heart.
Yeah, and that's where it truly matters, if we're being honest. All right, that's going to do it for our Oscar recap here, guys. We hope you enjoyed the ceremony with us. This will be dropping in our podcast feed tomorrow. And, of course, you'll also be getting a Remembering Bill Paxton segment before we hit into our regular shows for the month of March.
We may be upping a Flashbacks episode a little earlier than we thought, so I'll figure that out.
I am very pleased to announce that Brandon Davis also has told me what his classics thing is for March. And in honor of the NCAA basketball tournament, believe it or not, he is going to do Marx Madness. That's right. We're going to be doing 2 Marx Brothers movies for classics in the month of March. And I just love that he came up with that on his own. I mean...
Okay, who else would come up with that?
Yeah, exactly.
Although I will claim credit. I will claim credit because I mentioned animal crackers in our last recording of classics.
Yeah, you did.
I think I spurred the brain.
Spurred the moment. But we also just have a ton of stuff coming to you in March. Thank you guys, everyone out there for watching. The 1 viewer we have left, and
the 1 viewer watching our live broadcast. If you haven't subscribed yet, Do it.
Do
We
it.
need you.
Go
Please.
to thefrontrowmoviereviews.com.
I'm
Go
watching
to the
you.
search for the Front Row Movie Reviews on Facebook or at Front Row Reviews with a Z. We hope you enjoyed our live stream. We hope you enjoyed this live recap show. For the Front Row Movie Reviews, I'm Jeremy Geckner.
I have to catch a flight in 4 hours, and I'm not kidding. I'm Scott.
And we will see you in the front row.
Bye.